My mom is a PT, and she's a pediatric PT, actually.
Okay.
So I'd always known about the field, and I knew I wanted to do healthcare, and I knew I wanted to have a good work-life balance, and I knew I wanted to do something that's pretty active. I can't sit behind a desk. I have a bachelor's of art, which is interesting because I majored in human physiology and Spanish in college. So I have a 4-year degree there, and then for PT school, I got a doctorate at Regis University in Denver. Certifications, I don't have any specific certifications yet. I mean, I have my PT, DPT. Right now, you can have a bachelor's in PT, which is like people who graduated 30 years ago. You can have a master's in PT, or now all the programs are doctorates. So people who just graduated like me are going to have a doctorate in physical therapy. Approximately, with living expenses included, the tuition alone was like $35,000 a year, and then with living expenses, it's a lot more. So I had a little bit of help. I came out of school with $90,000 in debt. I really liked my school. It was a Jesuit school, which I'm not Catholic, and I didn't know anything about like Jesuit universities, and I felt like it was a really great program. It was really strong in orthopedics and really strong in neuro, and they also really emphasized like caring for the whole person, and that's part of that Jesuit kind of value and those morals. You look at the big picture, you don't just focus on like one small thing. So right now I earn $70,000 a year. I'm salaried. For a new grad, that's pretty good. There's room for growth. This is my first year out of school, so I'm pretty happy to be making $70,000.
Yeah.
That being said, I've got over $1,000 loan payment. Every month I pay over $1,000, and you know, it's not as much as you think it is. When it comes down to it, you're like, oh my gosh, where'd my money go? It costs a lot to get your degree, and we are making good salaries, but probably, I mean, it's going to take 25 years for me to pay off my loans, considering how poor reimbursement is in healthcare right now. And people who go into PT don't go into it for the money.
Yeah.
So you just have to be okay with the fact that, like, I'm going to make a good salary. I'm not going to be, like, living the luxury life. Right now, seeing some of these kids learn and grow and make improvements, and I can't say that I did that because they're amazing, each of them, is probably what you saw. And the worst is I want to play and have fun and be like their fun person. I don't want to have to like lay down the law. And also we've got some kids with some kind of terminal illnesses. About PTs is we care so much. That's why we go into the profession, that it's really hard to like step back and like separate yourself from work. Like I think about these kids on my drive home. I commute. My days are pretty long, but during the weekends, it's so nice to have weekends off. This job does allow me to take vacation, and we've got paid vacation time, which is really nice. And they're great about if I need to go somewhere for family reasons, whatever, they're really flexible. For that aspect, the work-life balance is really good. But during the week, we were like working long days.
I'm just gonna sit there. While you're in school, it is really hard to balance social life, and if you did all the work that they assigned, you would not have a social life. They say there's something like, when you're in grad school, you can pick grades, sleep, and friends. You can only do two, sleep and grades, or sleep and friends, or, you know. I would say take your time deciding what you want to do, and really explore a lot of options, shadow, really like think about it. Now that I work closely with OTs, I'm like, I wish I would have shadowed more OTs to get a better idea of everything that they do, and same with speech therapy. I've just gained a lot of appreciation for those disciplines after working here. Shadow those different areas, because even if you don't go into them, you're going to have a better understanding of like what they do. So when you go to work with them, it'll be a more cohesive relationship. So it's nerve-wracking going to your first job and being like, I am the treating clinician. Like, I'm in charge of these patients right now. That's terrifying. In your last two clinicals, you're pretty independent. Usually your instructor kind of stands back and you do like everything. We have a bunch of residency programs in different specialties, but they're not mandatory. So you do your clinical rotations, you graduate, and then you go and practice. So sometimes I think about going back and doing like a residency in pediatrics, to learn from like the best of the best. We have to write reports and we write our notes. So that's a lot of sit down typing on the computer time that you don't think a PT does, but we do a lot of it. I'm always researching. You are like thinking of new treatment plans, new exercises, setting up an obstacle course in the gym, cleaning, organizing. Like a big part of pediatrics is setting up the space for the kid. They can come in and like think it's their idea that they want to go do this exercise. And you're like, okay.
Really, I want to do
Yeah. So for an adult who has like a balance impairment, you might be working on standing on one leg. This is important for being able to go downstairs. You have to balance on one leg. For walking even, you're balancing on one leg when you do that. So it's a really important thing for safety. A lot of times this is something that kids have a hard time with, or they're just learning how to do it. An adult, you'd have them just stand like this, practice their balance, maybe like put a finger on the cabinet while they work on it. With a kid, the flipper on it, and then you have a beanbag, and they're trying to flip it up. Because it's just, the kid is not going to stand like this. Even if they can stand like this for 5 seconds, they're not going to. It's a lot of coordination. It's a lot of coordination. This is the W sit. It's terrible. Don't do it. They get weak in their core. They're just like this the whole time. So then you really can't play like this and work on core. And that's how kids build core strength. To fix that, you can either have them sitting and they've got to reach across their body, put it in the piggy bank. That's, if you do this like as an adult, you can feel like it works your obliques, it works everything. So you're going to tell them to do squats. Not going to happen with a kid. So kids who are weak in their quads and have a really hard time going downstairs, things like that, or they fall a lot. So you've identified that's a weak area. So one that I do a lot is like having some toys on the ground. You can pick it up, put it in the piggy bank.
Okay.
You're doing squats. You're working on eccentric strength. You're working on that core. And for a kid, that's functional. Like they're not going to do squats.
Yeah.
This is the main gym at McRory. Because they are strictly pediatrics, they really try to make the facility feel more like a preschool and less like a doctor's office, because they want their patients to enjoy and look forward to their time spent there. If you would have told me a few years ago to consider PT, I probably would have laughed in your face. My time at McRory clarified that this is the right path for me. Because of this project, I've made incredible contacts and even friends. I have a better understanding of my options, and I've learned that even after school there's always more to learn. My heart was so full every time I left, I couldn't stop talking to people about my experience. I have plans to volunteer there over summer on a more permanent basis, and I'm looking forward to it.